So. Weiter geht's. Spiel 2. Jack ist da. Erstmal Timeouten. Böser Bube. So. Play the Lost Turnabout. Ja. Okay. What a nightmare. I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. Also, du merkst schon, dass wir Budget haben. Mehr CGs. Animation. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Huh. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. What the fuck? It's nothing personal. Ja dann, zack, zack. Du musst nur fünf Fälle im ersten Spiel schaffen. Dann könntest du zugucken. A few minutes later. Ouch. My head. It's throbbing. Why does it feel so foggy in there? Good morning. Ah. Good morning. What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Da hau ich mal eine Objection rein. Sorry, can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Roger that. Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Oh, wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong. What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble. What? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Life in my hands? You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? Full on anime. Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off. Leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day. Just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me, ever. is this girl babbling about? Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... Warte, seit wann wissen wir ihren Namen? Wright. Birdie? Oh, haha. What's wrong? You've been acting really strange, and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir. Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but... who are you? What? It's Wright. How can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? Aww. Absolutely horrible. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just... well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes, who am I? Why am I drawing a blank? Trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately? The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay? Was geht hier vor sich? Huh. I guess I must have amnesia. Let's see. What can I piece together? From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I prove her not guilty. I can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. Tja, this isn't right. Ah, someone, please. Tell me it's just a bad dream. Oops. Ah, shit. Ah, du schon wieder. Yay, neue Musik. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Birdie. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? Are you talking to me? Do you see any other defense attorneys here? Guess not. Now then, are you ready? No. I guess I should say yes for now. Are you ready, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Wait a second. If her life is in my hands, I should really do the responsible thing. Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of... The court will not hear the defense excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair but swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten. Actually, I have. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer. A policeman? You did what to a policeman? It wasn't me. And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that. In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant. Also ich habe echt mit einem Tutorial-Case gerechnet, aber ich wusste nicht, dass er so ausspielen wird. Das wird echt interessant. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Oh. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie. Okay. And who are you again? Prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand. Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Don't look very well, detective. Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so, you know. You work under that detective? Yes, sir. And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I never forget what he's done for me. Okay, calm down. I believe you. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters. Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. He was pushed down from the benches on the up path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. Ah, yes. This autopsy report, correct? Why do I not remember getting a copy? I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented. Und the victims... Oh nein, spielen die jetzt wieder mit Zeit darum, so wie im ersten Fall? The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed that the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph.
Look at this photograph.
So. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. The victim fell from the walking path above. Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing. A very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, I guess. Ich bin gespannt, ob wir jetzt einfach verlieren. Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body. Was there? Have you lost your mind? Well, actually... it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. Alright, sir. I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record. Court record? Yep. Info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing tab. I did it. Und die Profile. Client, one thing I can record, policewoman, victim, policeman. Likes presents. Generally bad at getting his points across. Hey, was mache ich in dem Spiel hier? So, detective at the local precinct in charge of the initial investigation. Cell phone. This is in my pocket, but I don't remember. This is 6.28, cause broken neck, body was also covered in bruises. Interessant. Glasses found under the victim's body. Pieces of nearsighted lenses were found nearby. Wohl deine Brille, huh? Tab, huh? You really know what you're talking about, don't you? It's too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think. I could totally be a legal AD instead. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Court is in session. Save your chit-chat for later. Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I'd better check the court record, see what I can find. What was it again, Tab? Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body? Krieg ich dafür schon Achievements? A wallet. I'm pretty sure it was a wallet. This is court of law. You can't just make wild guesses. Agreed. Right, Mr. Wright. You have to check the court record before you answer. If you don't, your client might end up with a guilty verdict. Your client? You do realize that's you, right? We'll ask you one more time. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body? If she's a cop, then I guess maybe a badge or something. Mr. Wright, please stick to the facts of this case. He's a policeman, correct? I don't think you understand the problem here. Uh-oh. I would not have an uninformed lawyer in my court. Yes, Your Honor. Guess there's no fooling those two. Please, for my sake, look at the court record, sir. That's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses. That's right. The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir. It held onto them as he fell. Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine. I swear, sir. You sure about that? Look, it was a coincidence that on that same day I accidentally stepped on mine. A coincidence, she says. Your Honor? I have further evidence to present. Oh, you have more? Hat jemand von Edgeworth gelernt? And this evidence is very decisive. Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence. Decisive evidence. Something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir. Schaut sie nicht an. Hat sie falsch geschrieben. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit. Hallo, nur TSKD1. Neuer und aufstrebender Streamer, Kanalmetatoren. Oh, Zorbi. This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor. Hat sie falsch geschrieben. Why, this is... Yes, I can see her name is clearly written here. The prosecution would like to submit this picture. Understood. The court accepts it into evidence. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. The victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground. Der ist doch bestimmt gleich gestorben. But I already told you, those glasses aren't mine. And how do you explain his dying message? Eh? It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure. What am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all. No, and this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces. Get in their faces and do what? I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution witnesses are all hide things from the court. Which means they lie from time to time. Lie? But isn't that detective your superior? Well, even if you don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. Wow. Sagt der Richtige. It doesn't matter. Away, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as I can expose the lies, we should be alright. Was a nice cue? Sound cue? Decisive evidence. About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client? The lenses are for nearsightedness and are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kinda like the ones she's wearing in her ID, pal. What should I do now? Hold it! Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have more definitive proof? Definitive proof? Is there something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses? The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else. So what are you saying, detective? Is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my client's? Something like that. What? See, huh. So there's no proof. Wow, that was amazing. Sie haben logisch nachgedacht. I could totally feel it down in my gut. Now, you sure he was pushed and that's how he fell? Yeah, pal. If you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else. Please continue with the testimony, detective. Anyway, the victim fell pretty far. The culprit's name? Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but... was the name that of my client? Are you absolutely certain? Sorry, pal, but that's what I said. What it said. Yeah. This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look, it still says Maggie. He's got a point. Hey, hold on. Huh? Don't harm me. I know the picture says Maggie, but... now that she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence. So that's what spotting a contradiction feels like. Better check the court record again. You're certain that it was the victim who wrote the name on the ground? There were scratches on his fingers from the rough sand. There were grains of sand stuck under his pointer fingernail. It certainly seems that the name was written by the victim himself. That didn't go well. the writer really was the victim himself, then we are in a lot of trouble. Don't give up. Keep that fighting spirit going. I'm glad you're all pumped up, but I really want to see your special moves, sir. Oh yeah. What? You always look so cool when you present evidence. Present evidence? Oh, Dad press. Oh, Dad present evidence. Oh, actually, I was just thinking about that. Yes, the great Phoenix Wright is back. Oh, that's right. Huh? I heard that lately you can present not only evidence, but people's profile as well. Oh nein, noch mehr Gameplay. It sure makes things a bit more complicated, so be careful, sir. People's profiles, huh? Alright, let's give this another try. So. Profile R present. Oh nein. What is it? What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out objection. It's einfach muscle memory. And I yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush! Detective Gumshoe. You're talking to me, pal? Please state the defendant's name for me. You're trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright. You see, this is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please. Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's name is Maggie Birdie. I think someone's need to check the court record. Du smug motherfucker. What? It says right here that it's Maggie Birdie. It's looked like the bird caught the cat napping. What's going on here? I have no idea either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie? It's a blatant contradiction of facts. Oh. How about that? I hadn't even noticed. Oh boy. But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly. May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to not have known her name. Ach, solche Pärchen gibt es bestimmt auch. This is very true. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers? Yes, I'm quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force. Detective Gumshoe, please testify for the court the relationship between the victim and the defendant. Yes, sir. Dustin und Megan sitzen auf dem Baum. Dustin fällt runter und stirbt. Officer Prince and Officer Bridie had been going out for about half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Maggie, I mean, Officer Birdie had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him. Aww. Oh. Those two sound like they were close. Nevertheless, tragedy struck. Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. What do you know about this? Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Bright was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off. They got close, I take it. Actually, I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. Aww. If only I had gone on that trip. What is it? Oh, nothing, sir, really. Anyway. Marriage, but wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? What? You're saying the guy's gotta marry someone the same age as himself, pal? No, that's not what I meant at all. Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know? Ah. I think this fella has a ways to go before marriage. Mind your own business, pal. Das war ein Achievement? Wow. The day of the incident, you mean September 6th? Yeah. The victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit. Ah, I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time. That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. You seem to know a lot about the defendant. Well, that's because, I'm her boss. I've gotta watch out for my subordinates. But even what she was going to give as a present? Isn't that going a bit too far? Hey, pal. Watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches there... I really don't need to know that much. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant. That should not be the point of discussion at this point. Whoa, wait a second. Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty, guilty, guilty. I should have you arrested. I think the good detective is about done here. What is this? Over 2 months ago? Yep, she's a very considerate woman, pal. So, what was this birthday present? She got him a glove. A single glove? Why would she only give him one? Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove. Oh, I see. A baseball glove. The Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove, huh? Just now, I believe you said the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago. Yeah. Are you saying that she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? Nah, nothing like that, pal. Then what is this like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Custom made? The glove was custom made. Yep, that's what I said. So the glove was custom made. Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to this case. Yes, it would seem that there's little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case? I don't know where this will lead me, but... Of course it is relevant. Oh no. The glove is the key to this whole case. Yes, bluffing to the max. Now this is the Mr. Wright I know. I'm so happy that you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great. Pressing people. It feels like I've done this before. So I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people. Very well. If you aren't that convinced, then let's hear some more about the matter. Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry and show the glove to the court. Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir. It's, rather yellow, isn't it? This glove was custom-made. Did you know that? Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. And that's why you had to special order it? Yep, that's right. That and one other reason. I think this court has heard enough. It's clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. Now, if this is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim? I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground. Yes, sir. I first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. Found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand. Yes. A perfectly logical conclusion. Now then, Miss Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. Can you really determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand? Huh. This is why amateurs are amateurs. We're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Scientific investigation in this country is actually pretty good. I believe it's time to get back to the real point. Agreed, Your Honor. So, what was the result of the investigation? So in the end, you couldn't confirm it. Hey, don't look you down on us. I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation. I've never heard that before. Me neither. Nor I. Never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir. Okay, so I made it up. Anyway. His pointer finger? You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces? Don't tell me it bothers you. Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal. In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct? Yeah, I figured there should be something on his finger if he had been writing in sand. And the results? what does it prove? Well, it proves that he did write that name with his own finger. Yes, which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail. Guess he's right. And there's more. But wait, there's more! There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. Scratches on his skin? Yep. You can't see them with your naked eye. They're there. This is incredible. Sure, that's the power of scientific investigation. It's so small that we had to use a magnifying glass, like a really strong one. It's got that really scientific sounding name. You mean a microscope? Yeah, that's it. We used one of those and that's how we found them. I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is. Are you absolutely sure? I believe in the power of science. I wonder if my evidence is solid enough to counter with. Listening to this, you would think there was only one conclusion. That name was definitely written by the victim. But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin really wrote that message with his right hand? Do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present? This is... The present? What about it? Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this. That's a glove, right? Could you tell the court what is special about this glove? What's special? Never really thought about it, but it's really yellow. And that's about it. Yes, it's really yellow, but it's only one of its qualities. Huh? There's another reason why it's special. And what would that be? It's very simple. Also für mich ist es immer noch ein Handschuh für ein rechtes... This glove is made for a left-handed person. Left-handed? Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn... Ach, er wirft mit der linken Hand und fängt mit der rechten. That is why it had to be custom-made. I've never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale, have you? Well, no. So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again? That's easy. Look, it's obvious from this picture that it was his... Wait a second. Don't forget that the victim was left-handed. I object. Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn. The left-handed person could not have written this message with his right hand. Wow. schon sehr vorteilhaft. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. Order. Order. When you think about it that way, then yes. It is not possible that this name was written by the victim himself. Und dem Rechtschreibfehler? Then that means Maggie is... No. It's not possible. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent. Alright, you did it, Mr. Wright. But who did it? Phew. I think I can breathe again. It seems that we have reached the conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright. Me, Your Honor? Oh well, thank you, sir. See, you got complimented by the judge again. You're really good. That's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir. Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire. I will now announce my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Birdie... No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne? Ah, witness number 2. The prosecution is not finished yet. What do you mean? We would like to call our next witness to the stand. And what did this witness witness? The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit. What the heck? Order. Order in court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from this new witness. I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need more information. I have to see what I can find out during this recess. Can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here. Court is adjourned for recess. Drugs poser. Roundabout. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer is trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what you do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on this one. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. But now, do you think you can fill me on a few things? Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we start with your name and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. This is serious. You really don't remember? I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card. I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There's some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's his cell phone number. Handwrote my cell phone number on the back. Guess for now, we should stop talking about me. Start talking about this case. This case? Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? Beispiel, was du an dem Mordtag gemacht hast? What can I tell you? Can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about this at the detention center, sir. Hurry up then and tell me. This might be very important. Okay, Roger. It was the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. Picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. The Blue Badger. Oh no. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. This is yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Oh. You can call me Maggie. Er ist wohl der Mörder. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but it never did. So where's the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... You were here all along. Aw. Oh, hello. You're so mean. I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you, Maya. So, how's it going? Is that word for worse than abysmal? Oh. And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right. It's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is that? A list? It has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these people are up to no good. No good? As in... There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. A list of unfamiliar names and phone numbers. Members of a con artist group? Ich kann die alle nicht checken. Okay. Why would a group of con artists pop in a case like this? Don't look at me. And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? You don't remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh. Is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. And Maya, actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Okay. Guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words... What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that he might be a little lenient on... There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls it next witness. A drifter was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Please state your name for the court witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Huh? Oh, alright. Go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me... What? Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. What is he? A human chatterbox? I have to question him. Fashion, cars, woman, glasses, and of course, university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough, Your Honor. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. Oh man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso. Nice. With a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you'd call me a university student in transit. Ahem, Mr. Wellington. On the day of the murder, you were taking a strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I'm in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must know, I am... Anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk through the park. See, you said it again. Taking a walk. You know, you... What your witness will do, Mr. Wellington. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without the thought, I looked up and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer? That was certainly a decisive testimony. Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yes, and she really is innocent. Then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. So we're at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. Huh. That was very rude of you. But then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name, trashy university. No-name? Trashy? Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you just said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. That arrogant little snot. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Or do you think you can discredit me like that? Just a third-rate, biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. His arrogance is really intolerable. What should I do now? Oh yeah, press him harder. Answer the question. How do you know what time it was? Tisk, tisk. I can't believe I have to deal with a worm like you. Just a shallow man who can only slam a desk and point at people for fun. Huh. Guess I don't have a choice. I try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene. Oh, so it is. I looked at that clock, and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole... Oh, what? Yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. In any case... And how did you know he was a police officer? I always have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy, do-it-yourself... Oh, and I suppose it was also because he was wearing an officer's uniform. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey, Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet. Are you sure you got a good look at her? Animals have these things called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even you. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. Sustained, Mr. Wright. Please refrain from raising your voice in this court. Then please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue, if that's alright with you. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. And what you would call a famous brand name product, while you're only a cheap imitation. There's no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake. Of course, of course. Of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness? Banana. The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one, or like a bunch of bananas. Now what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. It's really... Oh, hat den Handschuh gesehen. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what is not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing, and it was something else? If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then it would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think! My client is innocent. There's no way he could have seen what he says he did. Which means if we can somehow show he's lying... Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. She's right. She's got a sharp mind. But I just wish I could remember who she is. Is everything okay, Nick? Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. So you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? I don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. That's where you've been wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that a baseball glove? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... It's a... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness loves bananas. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? How? What? Why are you just asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. That is why I ask you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today then? Was sie kaputt sind? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them. How about when you witnessed a crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about you, witness? You are an unrelenting, evil man. Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of a crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness? Please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moment after you witnessed the crime. What happened next? The girl in the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:35 p.m. when I made the call. They must have had a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that that girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. She ran away, just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He stated that the defendant is the culprit. This is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking a question from the record. I'll get more information out of him. Immediately? As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen. I did not teach you that at your pitiful school. You think people learn about how to call the police in college? To be fair, ich glaube, das hatten wir in der Grundschule mal. Hey Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a second. Todeszeitpunkt. Oh. Bisschen spät. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:35 p.m. This is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington. Bei uns war in der Grundschule mal ein Polizist dabei. Ja. Jemand wurde verhaftet. Die haben Zobby noch nicht ins Horny Jail gepackt. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone... I mean... Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? Oder ihr hat's verloren? You and your questions. As if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone. There. Are you happy? You lost it. Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that... Enough. Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone, could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Mr. Wellington, where's your cell phone right now? Huh. What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone. I have, you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Looks like you got his phone. I thought that just maybe that was his. Well done. I think we cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. Guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Your Honor? The witness testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you? You can just make outrageous claims like that. Do you have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. The crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you. No. It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why do you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Order. Order! What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. This is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But he wasn't looking for a cell phone. Maybe he was looking for something else? Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court the one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. Perhaps? This was just an idea for the fraud. I suggest that perhaps you should find a better piece of evidence. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Well done. But before you do, you will be penalized. Ouch. Habe ich doch keine Evidence? Mr. Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find... Ugh. Believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. These glasses are in fact yours. Tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Naja, ich habe den Self-Scam noch nicht benutzt. Ist doch eh schon von Emero gewohnt, oder? Order. Order. Now, wait a second. Hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. Ich muss ja mit den Kommentaren bei mir auch damit leben. Warte, bei Phoenix Wright oder was bei anderen? What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that's why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Mr. Wright, are you... Bei Phoenix. Sehr schön. Are you indicating the witness as the real murderer? Naja, wenn ich unter den Videos die ganzen Memes sehe, so. Present evidence. Musik hört nicht auf. Fuck. Load Save File. Machen das wohl die meisten. Das macht... Ist halt kacke, wenn du halt, sagen wir jetzt, mit einem HP durch ein Testimonial kommst, dann zum nächsten und da einen Fehler machst, bist du draußen. Macht halt schon Sinn, das ein bisschen aufzusparen. Are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? Of course. This is precise. Nice. This cornered theme. Of course. This is precisely what I'm doing. I know I'm right. He's the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him one shot. Yeah. This is so exciting. Watching you work again. Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of the knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order. Order. Your Honor. The defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm not a criminal. This third rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the victim, the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But... Would that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie? Maggie? This is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Birdie before this trial. I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case? So, Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized that you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why you? How did you? Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this last line of questioning? Do you think there's some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bright picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up when I give this back. Ah, there's there, Handschuh. I'll be right there. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My claim's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Order. Order! But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Ich glaube, das gibt's leider. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? Can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? I said I can't offer an explanation. Then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. Ah, guck mal, jetzt verlieren wir noch zwei. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? Mr. Wellington's int list for League of Legends. These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone that the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group. What? Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage. An invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't it obvious? The witness is. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No. All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. This is too much. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer? Your Honor. Er ist so ein Vollidiot. Hätte er einfach das Telefon genommen, wäre nichts passiert. Jetzt muss ich jemanden umbringen. What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. You said the same thing only a few seconds ago. Please, let's think about the content of the phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I give this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Wright to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? That's a valid point. What does the defense think about this one? Think about it logically, it didn't make sense. Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yes, if you think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime boss saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well... I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so what would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright. Well, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. That girl that picked up my phone is with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on that phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence! Ah, that guy is really creeping me out. All you've been waving around and talking about is a suspicious cell phone. Suspicion phone number this, suspicion con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hands belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? It feels good to see you scrum. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. Cell phone. This has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be. Maybe. Stored numbers? This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. I don't believe this. What are you talking about? What we are trying to determine is who that phone belongs to. cares about what phone numbers are stored on it? Besides, who knows? Maybe you went and added some of those numbers in yourself. The witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject the defense proposal. Jerk. The jerk is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. So funny. I got it. You should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. Warum? What? Said there was sand all over it, so... Wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Oh boy. It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored in this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. That was a difficult buch gewiped. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. Of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god, now I remember. Huh? Looks like the harp. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up with a penny short. Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? There's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? Wie alt ist eigentlich der Typ? 22. The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. Uh-oh. If that will be all, I have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at the ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appétit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Please wait, Your Honor. Alright, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. You're going to get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Verdammt, der ist gerade dramatisch. Yes, Your Honor. Sure, you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Are you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. It's written in fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to exchange business cards. Your Honor. There's something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to do. What? Where's my phone? And what's with this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington? How strange. I could almost hear that you're holding my phone. You're... No. I can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further. Expect to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He's a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. In order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Du hast ihn gekillt, Alter. Hat angefangen. Aber Prince. Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding. It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Birdie. Und wieder das Konfetti. That's all. This court is adjourned. I knew that it really would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by that you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Seit dass du ein Larry Butz-Paar werdet. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from... What? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food. Sie wurde fast isekalt. Failed at almost every test I've ever taken. Experienced almost every kind of disaster. And never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seemed to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right. We were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. Uh-oh. I gave her my hand and... Before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin gone because of me. That's not true. But love didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death. The head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself, starting now. Next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name. You bet. I'm gonna make it. I promise. Ah, ich sehe schon. Opfer im Fall 2. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay. Good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves, too. What a horrible day. Got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. This might sound bad, but, where are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. Someone I've clashed with in the past during certain cases. But he's also been a good ally during others. And the judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's easily swayed by other people's opinion. Genau das, was man beim Richter braucht. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person... haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else? And this girl, Maya? You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, after Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Welling. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's get to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. That story. That story began one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Yay! Nicht so wie beim letzten Mal 2 Stunden für einen Stream. Für einen Tag, sondern in 2 Stunden den ganzen Fall. So. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Hini? Finally get to see you again, and it's not your fault. You didn't do it. No, I did it. I killed that person. But that wasn't you. Doesn't matter. It might as well have been me. It might as well have been me. Was geht hier vor sich? Can't believe something like this. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. So. So, fast genau 2 Stunden. Raus aus dem Spiel und gucken, was wir jetzt machen. Ob jemanden hosten. Gibt es jemanden, der auch das gleiche Spiel streamt? Let's save Maya. Englisch-Synchronsprecher. Ich sollte, glaube ich, nicht reingucken. Spoiler ich mich noch am Ende. ...500 Follower? 19 Follower. Oh. Oh. Dann reden wir da mal rüber. Dann euch noch einen schönen Abend und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye.